Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys I'm going to be doing a profile of my deck collection. Now I'm going to do different segments each week until we get through my entire collection. We have a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh tins that I keep, a lot of my commons and hollows, my hollow cards that are not really good. I keep those in a tin onto the side, so you're not going to be seeing those. But pretty much I have a whole bunch of binders that, like I said before, I have a lot of my collection in, and each week hopefully I'm hoping to do is upload one video showing my collection off. We have a side deck binder, we have just collection binders, we have decks where I keep decks where I rotate, we have a binder where I pretty much keep all the good side deck cards or main deck cards that I can use for different decks that I play. So there's a lot of things to go through. So without further ado, I'll get started. I'll talk a little about some of the little nostalgia about why I keep the cards in the binders sometimes, but without further ado, let's get started, guys. So we have Victory Dragon over here. I love this card. This card is really fun to play with, even though it's banned. It's just a cool little card to have. Dark Magician from the original Dark Magician tins. I never can pronounce this card's name, but it came out of the Show and Jump. Same thing as Victory Dragon. Gainara, the Dragon of Decolustion. I can never pronounce it. Please forgive me. Then we have Obelisk, Ra, and Slifer. Now, these are not the ones from the original first Legendary Collection, I think it was. These are actually Game Boy promo cards. So in Japan, they came up with the original God cards, but they made them as Game Boy promos back in the day. And if you look at the bottom part over here, it's actually in Japanese. So they're actually pretty interesting. They were the first English versions of the God cards ever to come to America. People brought them over here. And I've been offered sometimes 20 to 30 bucks a piece for each one of them because of the fact that they're so rare to have in neo-mint condition, because I never really took these out of the case. I play with them in a deck, but I never really, played them without, sleeves or something like that. And all the ones I've seen online or for collectors I've wanted, they're all heavily damaged to damaged. They're not near mint condition because you can never find them in near mint condition like these, because they're so rare. Because when kids got them back in the day, oh, I just summoned you, they just put it in their pile of cards. They never would protect the cards for the future. And I'm just so happy I have these. But it's really, they're my original God cards. I've loved them ever since, and they're pretty expensive actually. So that's why I like them. I used to bring them down and have them beside me and play with them, in their sleeves and in the decks. I had them back when I was watching Battle City and stuff like that. Then we have an ulti enemy controller I have down here, First Ed. Spell Absorption ulti. Spell Absorption is really awesome as a hollow card. It just looks amazing as an ulti. Same thing goes for Transmigration. Transcending Wing, which is what you use to make a Wing Kuribo go into Wing Kuribo level 10. It's an ultimate. It's amazing in ulti. So I keep those there for artwork purposes, and this is a good card because this is the one I used to use, enemy controller I used to use back in the day when I was younger. So then over here we have Malefic Stardust Dragon Jinzo, the original secret Jinzo that I got out of BPT, and me and this guy go way back. This is the one I used to play with when I used to play really competitively back in the day. I still kept him around. He's in beautiful condition. I've always liked him, and I'm so happy I kept him around because he looks so beautiful as a secret. Then we had another Show and Jump promo, Dark Nesrin, Ceasefire First Edition. This card is a card that I used to use a lot back in the day because Ceasefire back then was really good because it was a slower game and a lot of face down flip effects were a thing. You can just go Ceasefire, just mess with your opponent. I have 2 Obelisk the Tormentors from the Show and Jump promo. Then we have Trishula, the Ice Barriers. Maybe he'll come back one day. First Ed from Hidden Arsenal. Then we have Black Skull Dragon, Chaos Emperor Dragon, and Buster Blader. Cool fact, Black Skull Dragon and Buster Blader I actually got when I was I think 13 years old or 14 years old for a Christmas present from my grandmother. She gave me some random packs and I pulled a Buster Blader and a Black Skull Dragon. I was like, awesome. Chaos Emperor Dragons from the tin, I believe, the reprint back then. Really love that card though. I'm kind of scared for it to come back if it does come back, just like it did in Japan with the errata. So next up we have Dark Magician Girl, Tuning Warrior, Gravekeeper's Chief. Gravekeeper's Chief was the original Gravekeeper boss monster back in the day, and so I still kept my Gravekeeper's Chief from back then. Tunyware, good card with Synchros. Dark Magician Girl, just a cute card. Then we have my favorite Dragon fusions, I guess you could say. We have Five-Headed God Dragon. We have Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I have like 2 or 3 of these. These are the Show and Jump promo ones. Then we have Dragon Master Knight. Got this from the Legendary Yugi's collection. Just an awesome card and awesome artwork. Then we have some Red Nova Dragon, Knight Assailant, which I used to use with the Torgai engine after Sangan got banned. So, pretty good card. Then we have Secret Village of the Spellcasters. Just a good card overall. Very good underrated card, actually, I would say. It's actually pretty expensive, too. So next we have the Forceful Sentry. Forceful Sentry, which is a banned card. Uncensored Harpy Girls. Now, if you wonder why I would say Uncensored Harpy Girl, it's because of the fact that it actually shows her breasts. In later prints of Harpy Girl, she was actually shown covered up, her breasts. But in these, they're uncensored because you can see her boobs. Sangan, the one card that you cannot actually play in Yu-Gi-Oh! In the TCG, that is. So why can't you play Sangan in the TCG if people didn't know this? Okay, its 2 fusion requirements are Sangan and Witch of the Black Forest, both of which are banned. You can't use instant fusion with it because it's a level 6 and instant fusion only goes up to level 5. The only way you could pretty much summon this card now is if you went Cyberstein. And Cyberstein is banned as well. So until Cyberstein comes back, or Sangan, or Witch of the Black Forest goes to 1, you cannot play a sandwich. You cannot have a sandwich in Yu-Gi-Oh! According to Konami. So mean. So next we have Cyber Cistern. This is the last Cyber Cistern I got from the Dark Beginnings Pack 2. Like I said, I used to play Cyber Cistern back in the day, but this is the last remaining Cyber Cistern I actually own. Then we have 2 Malefic Stardust Dragon, Malefic Truth Dragon. I always liked the Malefic Truth Dragon, especially when they did the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge with Little Karibo, and and Paradox was like, because it was in Mandark's voice, he was like, I summoned the Malefic Truth Dragon. I just laughed my ass off. Then we have an ulti, Dark Nephers. A card I've never seen ever used, but it just looks so pretty in its artwork and its ulti form. I really like it. I just wish I had the ulti horse, but that's like 50 bucks. Next we have Solemn Judgment from MRD, Metal Raiders. This is the original one I used to use. I have like 2 more behind it that are commons. This is the last Solemn Judgment I actually have on me. I love it. It's an amazing card. It looks so good in the old artwork style as an ulti because the ink back then I guess was a little bit darker or something. People have always said. And it just looks, the artwork just looks a little bit better, just in my opinion, than the newer versions that were made later on. So I'm just happy I kept that around. Then we have Infernity Launcher that went to 1. No, I did not play Infernities, but I just kept that in my binder because I thought they looked like a cool card. Next we have the 2 of the Nordic gods. These are my 2 favorite Nordic gods. We have Odin and we have Thor. I just kept them in here because I thought they were awesome. I pulled Odin out of the sneak peek promo pack for Storm of Ragnarok back in the day, so that's why I keep him in here. He looks really cool. Then we have Thor, Lord of Airs. I just keep him in here because he's awesome. Then we have Guilford the Legend, not Guilford the Lightning, Guilford the Legend. I keep him in here because he just looks awesome. He came with the starter deck back in the day. Then we have Seeking's Blessing. This is a card that I thought was always going to be a card that would catch on at some point in time in Yu-Gi-Oh! It was from the McDonald's, one of the McDonald's packs I think it was back then. I can't recall. But it's a really interesting effect. You gain life points back by activating spell cards. So I thought it was a card that would eventually catch on, but it never did. It's still a cool card to play around with as a tech card, I find. Then we have my original Ring of Destruction from Secret Rare. Like I said, I used to play back in the day a lot, so I have a lot of the old cards that I really liked. I kept them on and in near mint condition because I really enjoyed playing them. So we have one Ring of Destruction. There's like 2 more behind it, but they're unlimited editions. Then we have Command Knight. This was an amazing card back in the day to play with. Command Knight was. Then we have Morphine Jar, Archlord Zero because I just like the artwork, and Dark Hunter because he looks really with the dagger, and he just looks really creepy with a dagger in his hand. So next up we have Spell Striker from Hollow. We have Haman, the Lord, I can't remember, the one that looks like Ra and GX, Haman, I think it's called. I got one of these from the tin back in the day. Card for black feathers we have over here. It's the ulti version. It looks really nice as an ulti. Even though I don't play it anymore in Black Wings, it's still a nice card to keep around. Then we have Bozu the Soul Eater. This is the one that came out before the errata. So this is from back in the day. And it's these, I think it's just a super, but it's from back in the day before the errata was made, when the card actually was considered kind of busted. Then we have Axe of Despair from the Japanese. This is the one because if you've seen the American version with the TC version of Axe of Despair, it's just like an axe. But in the OCG, it actually has a face on the axe. So eventually one of my friends went over to Japan way back in the day, and he got this from a reprint set. Next we have Brain Control, the holo version, the original one I used to use back in the day, back when I was getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And even back then, I even played it back when it originally came out, but Brain Control, holo version. I have a couple of comments behind it, but whatever. Then we have down here, we have the 3 Sphinxes. We have Android Sphinx, Talea Sphinx, and Tenes Sphinx. I've always wanted to build a Sphinx deck for some dang reason, but I've never gotten around to it. Then we have over here, we have Barrel Dragon, we have Valkyrie, the Nordic Ascent. This is another card that I got out of Storm of Ragnarok when it originally came out. I've always wanted to build Nordics, but I just haven't done it because they're just like, they're not the best deck. Not for that reason. I mean, they're a cool deck, but they just don't have a power play, so to speak. They're kind of, you waste all these resources to get a God card out, and then it doesn't stay on the field that long. It kind of annoys me to some end. Then we have Ancient Gear First Edition, Ancient Gear Gigonic Dragon First Edition, Valkyrie, the Nordic Ascent, and Barrel Dragon, which is a cool card still. Then we have down here, if you didn't notice already, we have FINAL, Final. We have the holo version, which is from LON, and then we have all the IOCs, Dark Beginnings 1, Final, FINAL. Then I have this special card that means a lot to me. It's Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. It's the ulti version of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from Photon Shockwave. This card means a lot to me. A friend gave this to me. Me and him were talking a long time, and he's like, "You really like Galaxy Eyes?" I was like, "Yeah, but I don't want to build a deck. I just like Galaxy Eyes Dragon because it reminds me of Blue Eyes White Dragon." And he's like, "Here, have my ulti version." I was like, "Really?" And I was like, "What do you want? What do you want in trade?" And he's like, "Nothing. It's yours for you because you're a good friend." So that's how I got that, and that means a lot to me. Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, Ulti Edition. Then we have over here, we have Yamato Dragon, because this is a card that its artwork is better known for its last turn, but this is Yamato Dragon. Then we have Sacred Phoenix of Nephrisins, Ectoplasm, really creepy card. White Dustin, because I like what it says. It's the proudest of them all. The proud dust of them all. And we have Skull Mariner Dragon, which states that it's a lost dog that's like been wandering for its master for 1,000 years. And then we have Bunary, which is such a funny vanilla text card. It says, this bunny is looking for a sweet tooth and he wants to eat all the carrots in the world, and he looks like he's completely high off his bunny butt. So I just keep some of these vanilla cards because I like the flavor text in here too. Then we have Neospatian Dolphin, Stratos. Stratos is not unbanned yet, right? Oh, sorry. Destiny Hero Dogma. Then we have over here, we have Elemental Hero Nethersoul. We have Spirit Reaper, the rare edition. This is the Spirit Reaper that I used to play with back in the day, back when Spirit Reaper was actually a pretty dang good card. Back before we had Marsh Mulan, and card advantage in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a thing, so you could just poke your opponent with Spirit Reaper, just make them discard a card out of their hand. Then we have Hero Ring, because I just like the artwork of it with Elemental Hero. The Elemental Hero. Then we have a Destiny Hero Disc Commander. Got this out of a pack a long time ago, I remember. Then we have Samurai Swordman Baron. I always considered him like an honorary swordsman, like I considered Magician's Valkyrie an honorary Dark Magician. I've always considered him an honorary 6 Samurai monster because he looks kind of cool. He's actually not a bad card, and his effect is actually pretty decent. Then we have Exodius the oh, excuse me, Exodus, the ultimate forbidden lord. And then one of the things I like doing a lot is collecting a lot of the Brave the Free Wanderers or Brave the Matchless General cards, or cards that are based around his story. I've always liked collecting those, so you'll see a couple of these in this binder. We have a feint plan, so it's a feint attack, if you know war terminology. Then we have Cyber Dragon over here. This is actually not like a specific artwork. One of my friends gave it to me because he said, "You like Cyber Dragon? Here." It's actually, what they did is they used, I think it was one of these Cyber Dragon cards that was a secret that came out a long time ago, took the foilness off that card and put it on a Cyber Dragon card. So it has the Cyber Dragon effect, but it's different artwork that you never see on a regular Cyber Dragon. And I've always thought that that artwork for that original card should have been on a Cyber Dragon because it just looks too amazing. Then we have I can never pronounce this, but I always use it with Herald of Perfection, and this is the Show and Jump promo one. Then next we have all the XYZ cards over here. We have VWXYZ, we have XZ, we have XZ, we have XYZ Tank, Y Dragon Head. I have X and the other one somewhere else in one of my binders. Then we have this coolness right down here. I'll show you quickly. We have Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon. Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. I was so happy when I got this card. I actually went to the movie to see Yu-Gi-Oh! The first movie, and I pulled this out of a pack. I said the one card I want out from this movie is Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. That's the one card I want from this movie. And the first time I went to go see the movie, I pulled this out of one of those packs they were giving away. I was stoked, and I'm so happy I got that card. Then we have Charcoal and Pachi. This was like one of the original first Ulti version cards that they made back in the day. So Charcoal and Pachi. Looks really cool artwork, actually. And as you can see there too, I'll show you right there. I keep it right next to it, but that's when I went to go see Yu-Gi-Oh! That's actually from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Show and Jump thing they gave to us, like when we went to go see the movie back then. I kept that too. Because it was like, oh, Show and Jump, it came with the pack of cards that you got when you went to go see the movie. So we have Rocket Aero Express because I love rockets and trains. Then we have Dark Ruler Haas, Swallow Flip. I used to play this back when I played Six Samurais back in the day when they first came out. Then we have Total Defense Shogun, Skilled White Magician. Total Defense Shogun's a really good card. He's a boss monster for Yugi in Battle City. Emerald, the Master of Magic. Dark Vaka, Dark Calaris. I can't pronounce those cards. I'm probably gonna cut this video off, guys, at like 19 minutes because I'm not gonna get able to get through this entire binder. Phantom Hand, Infernity Avenger, Noble Knight St. Joan. Even though it's a Noble Knight and it's not really that good, I just like it because it's St. Joan. Skull Mariner because I've always wanted Konami to build a pirate deck or pirate archetype. Thunder Nene, Blade Knight, Invader of the Throne, an old sticker of Yu-Gi that's super hollow. It's really actually like a $5, $6, $8, I think, about an $8 sticker actually. Lord of D from all those cyber Seto structure decks I got back in the day. Then we have Obnoxious Celtic Guardian, Desert Sunlight, Copycat. Never underestimate the card Copycat. Very good card. Still. Big Eye, the original Big Eye, the Flip Effect card, which is kind of neat. Cards of Destruction, the original one I got. Pot of Greed. I never used the Hollow Pot of Greed, always used the commons. Then we have Shockmaster, Cyber Magician, and Uncensored Harpy Lady. So, till next time, guys, I'm going to show you the rest of this binder, probably in the next video coming up here. So I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of my collection video binders. And till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling. Give this video a thumbs up if you want me to continue doing this. I'm really having fun doing it. And I'll probably post another video up next week of the rest of this binder, and then we'll go on to the other binders that I have. But till next time, guys, Seto Kaiba, I'm out of here, guys, and I hope you guys had a good nostalgia trip on this collection video binder. But till next time, guys, take care, everybody, and good luck dueling to everyone.